do.
All right, the court's going to find that you have violated the terms of your community control. Anything on behalf of the state?
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Merritt has shown that he is not amenable to community control any longer. The court has given him numerous opportunities at both residential treatment centers, sober living. He got himself kicked out of CCC. He's had altercations in the jail. We would ask the court revoke his community control and sentence him to prison.
Thank you. Anything from probation?
Your Honor, we would agree with the state.
Ms. Chambers?
Other than what we discussed in Chambers, Your Honor, I do know that Mr. Merritt would like to read a letter on his own behalf as well as address you personally on those matters.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Mr. Merritt?
So, you know, I had a lot of trouble through this program, sir. It wasn't necessarily what I expected. It was kind of ran more like a prison than the program I was seeking, I wrote this letter to articulate it properly, to kind of get it summarized the best I could. You know, Your Honorable Judge Teep, I'm not perfect and I make mistakes. I'm not saying I've done no wrong, but CCC was just not a good place for me. I was hassled, I was pushed around, I was mistreated and misled. People spit on me, put their hands on me. Staff blindly defended the other parties and even, and I quote, called me a dumb white boy. After explicitly asking if this was, and I quote again, a racial thing, I was wrote up for disrespect on staff, and that was one of the 3 violations that I was terminated from there for. And then, you know, these things just kept happening to me. So I tried to go to staff on multiple occasions. They said that they had my safety in their best interest. I was approached in blind spots. People put their hands on me. They spit on me. They did all these things, and I still walked away from this stuff. I did push this guy to create some distance, but I went straight to staff right after to tell them about it. Nothing was ever done to these people, only me. And I know that I even asked to be moved, nothing, to try to stay away from it. Nothing ever came of that. So I don't know what went wrong there, but I really tried. And I put violence behind me. I put that prison mentality behind me. And even here in the jail, like she said, I had altercations in the jail. And I went to the hole for it for a day, and they took me out of the hole because from what I understand, they seen that I was kind of in the right, because after this guy went into my cell after spitting on me and I still didn't do anything, him and his cellie spit on me. I kept telling them just to leave me alone, leave me alone. I hit the button trying to get out of the dorm, out of the cell, and they didn't respond. But they did see what was going on, seen the argument happening all morning. And once I didn't let anything happen. I didn't go physical. I just left it alone, started watching TV. This man went up to my cell, stole some stuff out of there. I demanded it back, and he swung on me, hit me in the head, dragged me in the cell, kneed me in the mouth, and threw me on the ground. I didn't swing back. I let all this happen, being afraid of getting a charge, being afraid of being looked at as if I was an aggressor or any of that. I'm not, like I said, I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes, but I put all this violence behind me. In prison, if you don't respond to their violence, they will try to make you fight no matter what. And I've been targeted, I've been made a fool of, and it's all because I just won't fight. And I just wanted the court to at least see that, because I've been through a lot because of that. I also have, besides that, I have a reason for, I just wanted to read this also. Your Honor, I believe being at home with the people that love and support me is the best place to continue a successful recovery and a thriving life. Excuse me. Thank you. In a thriving life, I have a job, a vehicle, a wonderful woman who does no drugs and does not drink. Probation and sober living tends to have me around more drugs and bad influences than you'd think. And here in Ohio, I'm alone with no support. I have nothing here. I have nothing here besides my children that I'm fighting for, and I can't visit already. Where I live in Kentucky, I have a beautiful home and all these things that I've already got. I can fight for my kids and maintain thriving employment, go to local home groups, and my 94-year-old grandmother keeps me busy by upgrading her home. And my mother's also 65 on a walker and lives with her. Today's my daughter's birthday, and I have so much to live for. I've wasted enough time making mistakes that I could have avoided using the skills I've obtained through my recovery. I'm very grateful for my probation officer, Molly Rose, for showing the concern and patience and guiding me through this journey. I know it can't be an easy job dealing with me. I'm asking for the mercy of the court to go back to all these beautiful things that I've got as soon as they see fit.
Mr. Merritt, I told you, I was very specific with you that the last time you were before me on a probation violation that I was going to give you one more chance. I didn't go back and look at that recommendation from probation, but it may have been very true that at that point in time probation was recommending that I simply let you serve a period of incarceration, because I know my notes say that last time was your last chance.
Yes.
You have been breaking the law with violence and violation of court's orders since you were 18. For the last 15 years, you've done nothing but break the law. You come in here with very flowery words and showing emotion, but the bottom line is I think you're nothing more than a manipulator. You assault women, you violate court orders, you get into fights. You seem to be the instigator, whether it's in the jail or at CCC, of racial tension. That's how I see it. So I'm not buying into your crap today. I'm not gonna fall for this again with you. I'm done. So today I'm going to find that probation would no longer adequately punish you and would seriously demean what happened in this case. The prison is necessary to fulfill the purposes and principles of sentencing, including punishment, deterrence, and protection of the public. And based upon your extensive criminal history and your failure to respond to community control sanctions, prison is now necessary. So, under case number, let me get these case numbers right, 41418, the court's going to order you to serve 12 months in prison on count 1 and 6 months in prison on count 2. Those to be served consecutive to each other. You have 311 days jail time credit on that. On case number 41819, court's going to order you to serve 12 months in prison. That to be served consecutive to 41418, and 180 days in the Warren County Jail to be served concurrent. Court does find that a consecutive sentence is necessary to punish this defendant. It is not disproportionate to the conduct or danger posed by the defendant. And your criminal history demonstrates that consecutive sentences are necessary to protect the public. Court does find that you're indigent for the purpose of any fines, costs, or other financial sanctions. There may be opportunities for you to receive up to 1 day per month for participating in certain education, vocation, or other programs sponsored by the Department of Corrections. You're also subject to a discretionary period of post-release control. Upon your release, the Adult Parole Authority may supervise you for up to 2 years. If you violate that supervision, the Adult Parole Authority can return you to prison for up to 1/2 of this court's original sentence. If your violation is that you commit another felony, you can be returned to prison for 1 year or the period that you have left on PRC, whichever is longer. That time would run consecutive to any additional prison time you get sentenced to. Ms. Nicholson, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor, he just has the jail time credit on the 414.
Yeah, 0 days jail time credit under 41819.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Chambers, anything else?
Just were you crediting that 311 days?
311 days are all credited to 41418.
Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you, Your Honor.
thank you all.
Who's going concurrent?
Paul Harrell. Case number is 24CR42120. Mr. Harrell is present today with his counsel, Josh Engel. The state is represented by Amy Tranter. We're here for a pretrial conference, which has resulted in a plea agreement. According to this, Mr. Harrell plans to plead guilty to the amended charge of involuntary manslaughter. The parties are making a joint and recommended sentence on count one of a minimum definite term in prison of 11 to a maximum indefinite term in prison of 16 and a half years. On count two, 4 years in prison. And that is to be run consecutive to count one, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Sir, what is your plea to involuntary manslaughter?
Guilty.
What is your plea to felonious assault?
Guilty.
I accept your plea, make a finding of guilty. Is it good to just proceed with sentencing?
Yes, we'd like to proceed with sentencing today. Your Honor, would you have the victim's family present in the courtroom? And it's my understanding that mom and sister would like the opportunity to address. Is that correct? Correct. Okay, so if we could have them come to the podium.
Erica, if you could show them where the mic is over here. Please state your name.
Okay, my name is Kiana Smith.
Are you going to read from your phone?
Yes.
I'll just give you a little warning. Most people who come in here are a little nervous when they're
Okay.
talking, whether they're victims or anyone else. Just try to speak at a slow enough pace. This is being taken down by the court reporter. Don't rush through it.
Okay.
All right, thank
All
you.
right. Okay, so I state my name. Hello, my name is Kiana Smith, and I am Cordell Smith's older sister. And I will be speaking today for my brother Cordell Smith on behalf of the Smith family. So Cordell was more than an inmate. He was a father of 3 boys, a brother, an uncle, and a son. He was a happy, family-oriented man who brought laughter and love to everyone who knew him. His children adored him, and he adored them. He still had so much to give them: advice, love, and a chance to be present in their lives as they grow. Cordell had been sentenced to 18 years. He had already served 14 of those years. So for over a decade, our family waited, prayed, and counted down to the day when he would finally come home. He had less than 3.5 years left, and freedom was within reach. But instead of welcoming him home, we are here because he was violently taken from us. The attack that killed Cordell was not an accident. It was brutal, it was senseless, and it was cowardly. To know that he survived 14 years in prison only to be ambushed and beaten when his release was so close is unbearable for us. We waited 14 years just to have him back, and instead we are left with grief, anger, and an empty space at every family gathering. His boys would never see their father walk free. They would never have him by their side for graduations, weddings, or the birth of their children. That is a loss no sentence could ever repair. Your Honor, Cordell's life mattered. He deserved a chance to come home to us. He deserved a chance to be a father to his boys. We are asking that the court recognize the seriousness of what was taken from him and from all of us. And we are thankful for the justice being received today. And to Paul Harrell, not only do I pray that you receive the maximum sentence allowed for your negligence, I pray that if you don't already know the Lord, that you seek him while you do your sentence. We all make mistakes in life. Unfortunately for you and Cordell, your mistake robbed a family and a young man of life. Use your time wisely to become a better man, a better person. So when you do, if you do get the opportunity to come back into society, you make something of your life. My brother made a terrible mistake 14 years ago by getting back in the car with a friend while the murder was committed. And he was sentenced to 18 years of his life. He was almost home. He was a better man. He was a better person. But he won't get the opportunity to transition back into society. So as crazy as it may sound, if you get that opportunity and you make it home, live for Cordell. If you have children, be a great father to them for Cordell. Love on your family and love on them extra hard for Cordell. Go be the greatest and best version of yourself for Cordell, because these is all of the things that you robbed him of. And I don't hate you. We hate what you did. Through our Lord and Savior, we love everyone, and forgiveness is granted just as we are all forgiven. But I pray whatever hate or anger or rage that you have in your heart that caused you to crack a human being, my baby brother, and crack him his skull 3 different places and leave him dying on the sidewalk, I hope that hate and that rage and that anger be released from you before you enter back into society. So for the next 15 years, may you rot in your prison cell wondering if you will ever make it home and have a second chance at life. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
That's it, Your Honor.
That's all. Thank you.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Engel, anything on behalf of Mr. Harrell?
Just briefly, Your Honor, first I'd ask that the court find Mr. Harrell to be indigent for purposes of any fines and costs in
Okay,
this matter. I'll just add, as I urge the court to adopt the joint recommended sentence, that this is a terrible tragedy. I know that I feel for the victim's family, and I know that the victim's memory is a blessing to them at this time. I know also that Mr. Harrell greatly regrets and he's accepting responsibility for what's going on, and that should be significant. Hopefully he will use his time in prison to better himself as the family suggested.
all right, thank you. Mr. Harrell, is there anything you'd like to say, sir?
Yes, I would never have wanted to take somebody from their family, mother, sister, brothers, any at all, or kids. I think I'd just go up and just want to punch somebody for no reason is absurd. I was threatened, and I didn't want to get jumped in the chow hall. I could be dead just as much as this man was. I had no idea of anything to do with somebody's medical conditions that could have happened in any way to cause someone's life to end. But I don't expect to ever get out of prison anyway. Even without a life sentence, I'll be just as likely to be killed.
Judge, the only thing I will add is I did check, and it appears that Mr. Harrell, as of the end of his prison term that he was serving, which was November the 13th of last year, is entitled to 295 days of credit being held on this case.
Okay, that will be granted, Mr. He's deemed indigent. On count one, involuntary manslaughter, the term is 11 to 16 and a half years. On count two, felonious assault, the term is 8 years. Find that consecutive sentences are necessary.
Judge, I think that should be 4. Is it 4 years?
Oh, I gave him the
Yeah.
maximum, I apologize. 50 and a half and 4.
Yeah, 11 to.
I'm sorry, 11 to 15 and a half, and then
And then
4 on the felonious assault.
Okay,
Okay.
that's correct.
I apologize. Those two are to be served consecutive. Mr. Engel, do you, I just gave Mr. Harrell his Reagan-Tokes warnings. Do you waive further reading of those warnings, or would you like for me to go over those again as part of the sentence?
I don't think that's necessary, Your Honor. I think he understands them.
The basis for the consecutive sentence is to punish the offender and to protect the public from future crime, and that the sentences are not disproportionate to the conduct or danger posed by the defendant. You have a right to appeal this sentence. You have 30 days from today to file a notice of appeal. That's 30 days from the date the entry is filed, which should be today. You have to file a notice of appeal. If you cannot afford an attorney will be appointed to represent you. Any document you need to be provided at no cost. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Engel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right.
Do you need to register for the violent offender?
No, it's not a qualifying offense.
Okay, all right.
Thank you for that, though.